Hey, what's up everybody? This is Alex at NorCal CrossFit. We're going to do a little video here about barbell maintenance, and I'm here with Dr. Michael C. Toll, PhD, aka Coach Mickey, and he knows how to do absolutely everything that you will ever need around a gym. Today we're going to talk about barbell maintenance. Obviously, we really like barbells. And we've had some of these barbells for about 4 or 5 years, and the barbell itself, the quality of it is still in very good shape. The bar is great. Now, the one thing that we notice is these collars start to catch. So if you notice that when we rotate that, we got a little squeaking action. Now, if you're doing cleans, snatches, where that rotation is really important, this becomes a big issue, that catching sensation when that bar flips. So what Mickey's going to do is he's going to actually remove the collars and clean it out and then re-lubricate the bars and basically save us about $300 per bar every time you do something like this. So if you have an at-home gym or even in a gym itself, you have your own bar. Instead of buying something new, you can actually do this, spend about 5 minutes of your time and reset it. So Mickey, it's all you.
So this one is an old Rogue bar. Some of the other bars are York bars. Penley is probably slightly different. They all connect this end slightly differently. The Rogue bars here have these circlips on the end, and so we have these tools. Here are 2 of them. This one is your basic Home Depot purchase. It's fairly lightweight, and unfortunately these clips are very strong, and this kind of tool just bends too much. So we actually, for the purpose of these barbell refurbishing, bought this heavy-duty one. It's just a circlip remover. I think anything like that will get you the right thing at the stores. So the circlip on the end here, you squeeze it, pulls out. This little cover plate pops off. And then you have an internal circlip also that actually holds the bar on. And so we need to remove that smaller circlip that's deep inside. And we take our tool again that we can flip around, and so now it spreads the little circlip. And we get inside here. So here's that hard to remove circlip. You can see it's very stiff, and the other smaller tool would just bend instead of pulling it out.
So the first one,
Just as a cap. It's a
you
dust
pinch,
cover.
the second one you expand to get it out.
And then this piece just slides right off. And there are 2 bushings on all of these. One's on this end here, one's on this end. And if you look at this end here, you can see it's dried out. There's some dirt inside there. And then where it's rubbing up against the bar, you can see it's dirty, no grease, no oil. This end, there's a little bit of grease left, but it's very old and very dirty. And so the first thing we do is we take our rags, aka our Chipotle, wipe it all off. I don't worry about getting rid of the old grease once I wipe it down, as long as it's clean, so I get the bare dirt off there and make sure there's no dirt that's going to grind. I get the 2 ends. The middle part's not quite as important. I just make sure it's somewhat clean. Then we use a grease. Ours that we're using is a Teflon grease. You can get some that are Molly. Either way, they take the high pressure fairly well, so it's not just a straight automotive grease, but it'll have an additive in it for the pressure. These things can hold several hundred pounds, and so we want to make sure that the load is not straight on grease, which will just smear out. The Teflon keeps it from smearing too much.
And then why grease instead of oil?
These won't pick up dirt as well as an oil will. If we were to oil these, they would spin very well for a short period of time, and then the oil would just collect dirt inside the bearing surface and would just grind it away. The grease will keep the dirt out as well as lubricate it. Grease tends to take higher pressure a little bit better as well, and so we'll use a grease. So we grease up both ends. I'll grease up the 2 ends of our barbell. And then it slides back on.
So notice there's no more squeaking as you rotate. So we got the dirt that was catching, it had no lubrication at all, so now it's back. So now when we use it for cleans and snatches, or any really lifting, you won't have that catch. It'll actually just rotate nice and smooth. So definitely prolonging the life of a barbell.
And then I'll attach it in. I'll hear it snap in place. Obviously very important. And then the dust cover goes back on, and then we attach the last circlip, and we're done.